Architecture education, however, is 5 years, very intense, workaholic.
True.
And yet, every firm agrees that fresh graduates still struggle with the real world projects.
Correct.
If a system runs for 5 years and consistently produce graduates who aren't ready, what is the system actually optimizing for?
The job of a school, a good school at least, is to produce people who understand the issues involved when they walk out into the profession. To do projects is what I say is the skill. Now, there are umpteen types of offices out there. There are offices which work huge infrastructure and real-world projects, like you said. There are architects who practice vernacular, sustainable building practice kind of architecture. There are other architects who work with newer materials and newer technologies. Now, a school can't train a student in all these things and say, well, I'm sending you out. Now, if you're skilled in all of this, probably you will fit in somewhere. We can only produce people who have the ability to learn, who have the ability to absorb the environment in which they work. If somebody is keen on probably working in a green practice, he'll probably go and work there and absorb those skills over a period of time. It may take 5 months or 6 months or a year, and probably within a year he's ready with the skills that are required to work in that kind of an environment. The 5-year course is only an introduction to this subject called architecture. Even after 40 years, I don't think I'm qualified enough to say I know this subject fully well. We are still learning this subject. So 5 years is just an introduction. It's like a teaser trailer. I just introduce you to this subject called architecture. From there, your journey actually starts of what kind of an architect do you want to be? A practicing architect, a writing architect, a traveling architect, somebody who is documenting, somebody who is involved with critical issues in society. It could be any form of the profession that one could choose to be depending on what one's interests are at that point of time. To produce people who will say they will be job ready at the end of 5 years is not the job of architectural education.
Not the approach anymore.
It is definitely not our job, because then it goes back to my previous argument saying that then you're producing skill ready people. I know schools which produce people who are extremely good at softwares, the latest softwares which are available in the market, and offices are extremely happy to absorb them because students from XYZ school come up ready with all the software skills that are required. But that software has a life. 6 months, 1 year, a new software is in the market. The same guy will probably have to learn that new software if he's interested in software-driven architecture, if you want to call it that. Or somebody new will pick up that skill again. That skill has its time frame. 5-year education to architecture is definitely not focused on producing people who will come out with only skills. Like I said earlier, in today's time and space, you can only produce people, or it should be only producing people who have the ability to think. And if that is there, then what to think and how to take that forward is that person's journey after 5 years. If the profession feels that, or offices and practices feel that architects coming out of schools are not ready enough to be working in offices, I think it is the owners of the offices then to train them for the skills that they require.